details a little each time, but none of it just isn't true.
Well, you know, when people get really old and they're in the home and they've lost their mind, but you usually just pat them on the back and you let them tell their story.
Good story, Joe.
You don't challenge or question, or you just enjoy because it makes them happy. The LA City Council passed that, what we call a public homeless encampment light ban. Joe Buscaino, running for mayor, objected to it because it's really full of all sorts of requirements that go with it. It's the idea that the city council can get together and they can take a look at what's being proposed for each council district as the places that people cannot camp overnight. We're talking about building entrances near fire hydrants, driveways, libraries, parks, elementary schools. I guess high schools are okay, middle schools. So what happens is a council member will come forward and say, here's a list of places in my district. Let's vote on this. I don't want people camping here. So it's not an outright ban, but it's a specific location. So they voted yesterday to outlaw sitting, sleeping, and lying at 54 locations in 3 of the council districts. The vote was 12-2. Anybody have any idea who the 2 people were that said no to this?
It's the same two idiots over and over. Mike Bonin from the west side, and Kfi Am from Los Feliz, right?
Right. They want no part of this. And from the beginning, they wanted no part of this.
Well, they don't care how disgusting their neighborhoods get.
They do not care.
They're remarkably stubborn. I mean, even some of the other council people are grudgingly giving in a little bit.
It's that way, yeah, because the 3 that proposed these 54 sites were Krikorian, Buscaino, and Blumenfield. And even Blumenfield sounds in here like he's hearing it from people, and they've got to at least try to do something to get these people out of these public places, although he claims that he doesn't have as many encampments as the other council districts have. And, of course, Bonin's like the worst, and so is Robin, but they will never come forward.
No.
So
no.
Too bad for you, John. They will never bring a list of places forward.
Well, you see, that's why the sheriff has come to the rescue. Because he cleaned up Venice, and now he's cleaning up the VA encampment on San Vicente Boulevard. So Bonin is, they did an end around on Bonin, and now Bonin's running around taking credit.
Bonin actually had the nerve to say that he thinks there's a rush. This is a rush.
This is a rush.
And look around for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
You see this problem grow, and now something may be done about it by removing people from some public places, and he thinks it's a rush job. Boy, they're out of their minds.
Well, Blumenfield represents the West San Fernando Valley, and all the problem underpasses that have the encampments create a block between the residential areas and the streets with the shops and restaurants. Like, you can't walk from the residential areas to where the businesses are, the boulevards, because all the underpasses, which are all on main roads, are congested with encampments.
So this is what they're going to do. There's a 14-day period after signs are posted during which they'll send the outreach teams. They will continue to engage anyone remaining on the site. And then I guess after that, they can clear it. That's how I read this. So I will be curious to see what happens with these 54 locations. We should probably get a list and look more specifically.
That's the same process that Villanueva is doing. Hey, this is your side of town. So is all the underpasses?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you can't really walk from the residential homes to the boulevards where the restaurants and shops are.
No. In many places, it's like that. It's awful.
Eric says it's disgusting. Do you believe this? Main roads are blockaded with homeless encampments, and people can't even walk to get dinner. And this was tolerated for years.
It's going to cost $2 million for the signer.
I'll make sign company. Who owns the sign company? What do you mean $2 million to make signs?
Well, it's 54 locations, and there's probably multiple signs at each location. I don't know. That's what the price they came up with.
Let's do the math on that. Okay, what family member? Does Bob Blumenfeld have some uncle that runs a sign business?
Yeah, they included the documents here about the sign posting.
They're getting hoisted. I don't know who the sign maker is, but that's taxpayers are
It's
really...
a complicated motion here just for the signage. Are you kidding me? And they got to figure out where the money's going to come from. Oh, no wonder. I mean, government really does stink.
Wait a second.
Sir.
Listen to this. It says it's going to take a while. City officials cited staffing issues and material shortages. What do you out of cardboard? You out of magic marker? But just put up a sign that says you got to go by November 15th.
You should see the link. The Times put a link into the document about the cost of the signage. It's 5 pages.
No complaints.
And it says, approval of the recommendations will result in a projected expenditure of up to $2 million. This includes fabrication and installation of signs and 1 year of maintenance. Any additional required maintenance costs will be considered maintenance of the sign.
Wait a second. It's supposed to be a 14-day notice. Why did I say maintenance first? You see how the corruption works? Somebody's got a cleaning contract for a year when they only need the signs for 14 days.
I guess in case people come back, the sign stays there to make sure people don't come back to the same place.
$2
Or
million.
new people don't drift into the site. They're going to keep the signs up because this has been voted on and approved.
How many signs would you need at an encampment?
Well, it depends on the size of it, but you got to put it. Oh, you make sure you cover all the sides of it.
An underpass, maybe. Maybe four,
Oh,
two on each side.
Freeway overpass, yeah, just a couple of signs.
Yeah, 4, right. So maybe they got to do 200 signs.
All right, that'll be your project, Deborah. Mark of the weekend. You can make the signs.
Okay. Sure.
Carry them over to your freeway.
Yeah.
All right, we got more coming up.
John and Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
A teacher in Riverside has been suspended over an offensive lesson.
The teacher at John W. North High School is seen in the video wearing a fake feather headdress while simulating Native American dances, chanting, and doing the tomahawk chop in front of her math class. The person who shared the now viral video on Instagram says a Native American student recorded the teacher because the student felt violence was being committed against him. The Riverside Unified School District released a statement calling the teacher's depiction of Native American culture offensive and completely unacceptable. Layla Muhammad, KFI News.
The news is brought to you by Leader Hero. A registered nurse from Orange County has been fined and sentenced to 40 hours of community service for refusing to wear a mask inside a grocery store. Mary Ann Smith was charged for her actions during a protest last year. She claims she physically cannot wear a mask.
I committed no crimes except to be able to breathe oxygen. I have a medical disability, and it was not honored at Mother's Market that day.
Smith was convicted of trespassing with the intent to interfere with business and obstructing or intimidating a business or customers. The Dodgers are now down 3-1 in the National League Championship Series. The Braves won Game 4 last night, 9-2. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts says they do not have time to feel sorry for themselves.
We got to find a way to stress them, get guys on base, and push them across. That's just the bottom line.
Game 5 is tonight at Dodger Stadium. A former Minneapolis police officer has been sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for killing a woman who had called 911 to report a possible rape. The officer had been convicted of third-degree murder and manslaughter for the shooting in 2017, but Minnesota Supreme Court threw out the murder conviction last month and ordered the ex-cop to be sentenced for manslaughter. We're going to go back to that crash on the 91 in Long Beach.
Eastbound 91 approaching Long Beach Boulevard. Carpool and left lanes are still shut down, so things are a real heavy crawl coming away from Avalon. Just hearing about a problem if you're getting into Arcadia. Westbound 210 approaching Santa Anita. Crash here in the carpool lane has things slow from Huntington Drive. Getting through Orange County and actually the city of Orange on the eastbound 22 approaching the city drive. Got a stalled car in the right lane. Things are pretty backed up there for the Euclid. And if you're heading into the city of Orange on the 5, north-side side approaching the 22, got a crash here in the 2 right lanes, so watch for delays there starting right around 4th. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jay Olin.
We should never take for granted clean air. IQ Air's mission is simple. They want to give you the cleanest air possible, and they've developed the affordable Autumn series to do just that.
The Autumn Desk is a revolutionary air purifier that transforms your workspace into personal clean air zones.
Unlike other air filtration systems that may take hours to purify the air in a room, the Autumn Desk begins working immediately.
Its unique design protects you by removing ultrafine particles from your personal breathing zone. It's compact, portable, and fits perfectly on any desktop.
You just place it right next to you while you work. Create your own personal bubble of ultra-pure air.
Designed in Switzerland and manufactured in Germany, this game-changing technology has been proven to remove 99% of all airborne pollutants.
We've been using the Autumn Desk in our studio now for months, and it's fantastic. Purify your workspace today with the Autumn Desk.
Visit IQAir.com/US to learn more, or give them a call at 800-500-4AIR. That's IQAir.com/US or 800-500-4247.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny tomorrow. Highs mid-60s to low 70s in Metro LA. Upper 60s to mid-70s in the valleys. Low 70s for Inland OC. Low to upper 70s in the IE. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Deborah Mark.
Don't miss Hulu's new original series, Dope Sick, an investigative thriller from executive producer Danny Strong. Discover how one company triggered the worst drug epidemic in American history and then tried to cover it up. Watch how it all began in the boardrooms of Big Pharma, ravaged small-town America, and made its way to the hallways of the DEA. The series stars Michael Keaton, Rosario Dawson, Peter Sarsgaard, Caitlin Dever, Will Poulter, and John Hogenacker, and Michael Stuhlbarg. Watch the first 3 episodes now and catch new episodes Wednesdays on Hulu.
Hi, we're Hogue. Meet Dr. Daryl Pearlstein. He's a thoracic surgeon at the Hogue Family Cancer Institute who loves the outdoors and hiking. He's also a leader in robotic-assisted surgery who trains other surgeons nationwide. Dr. Pearlstein would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know Hogue. Visit hoguehealth.org and find your physician today.
This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
Hey, have you seen this week's deals from Stater Brothers? There's fresh savings on meat, produce, and just about anything for your family's meals. Don't miss out. Visit Stater Brothers Markets online to view the latest ad. Don't miss Mamma Mia. Tickets at LaMaranaTheater.com.
Still loving those Solar Max panels?
Duh. I'm saving money and I'm keeping cool throughout the summer and into October because SolarMax does everything under one roof right here in SoCal. I get the best service.
Solar Max has an exciting new offer. Tesla 420 panels and power walls for $79.96 per month and 0 down.
All you got to do, dial pound 250 from your cell phone, say the keyword SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly payment available on our food credit. CSLB number 97248.
Did I win? No way. That's fantastic. For real? Woohoo! All right.
My lucky day.
Good deal, KFI.
I was thinking I was another scam call, and then I thought, oh no, it might be KFI.
When you hear the keyword, text it in for your chance to pocket $1,000
Thank you so much.
from KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
John and Ken Show. John Covell and Ken Shampoo, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh, you know what tomorrow brings? The award-winning Moist Line. Did you know this?
Yes. Friday, Voice Line. Yay. All right.
It won awards. Did you know that?
It has?
Yeah, the Moist Line has a few golden mics of its own.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Well, the standards are dropping. So.
The Voice Line callers have won awards. Leave your message at 1-877-VOICE-86, 1-877-664-7886, and we play groups of those calls tomorrow at 5:20 and 5:50. Earlier this week, Governor Dippity-Doo Gruesome, yeah, he's still out there, sorry to say, but not appearing as much anymore since he's not under a recall, declared this drought emergency. But all it means is he's once again asking you to conserve water. And people did a little bit better than the first month. In July, they barely reduced water by 2%.
Yep.
Now they're saying August, compared to the previous August, it's up to a 5% saving.
Well, I have a question, and I asked this probably 5 years ago during the last emergency, and nobody answered it. I don't think anybody else asked the question. I guess I'm the only person in the state who wonders. Let's say we cut our water use by 10%. How much time does that buy us? What do we get out of it? A week? A month? A year?
The 2014 depends on how much more rain comes.
Well, let's adjust. Distinctive design. We have a 5-inch here, 10-inch, 20-inch. How much time do we get?
But apparently people down here don't care as much. Up in the North Coast region, they cut water by 18%, and the goody goods in the Bay Area 10%.
Yes, and they all
apparently
did it
down here, people just were like,
and they all did it while they were wearing masks. They were not only cutting their water usage, they wore masks at the same time. They're so obedient to the ruling party up in Northern California.
The announcement, the timing's a little weird because over the next several days, Northern California, the Bay Area will be pummeled. Here comes an atmospheric river. And I've seen this show before. Sometimes it rains the first month of the winter or fall, and then that's it. And there's just no way to know.
Every year could be different. I read this hysterical article. I think it was over the weekend. The stupid El Segundo Times was trying to handicap what the rainfall is going to be.
Appreciate the 2014 Porsche Cayenne.
It's an exciting game.
Distinctive design and opulent,
Listening
providing excellent
how
sound
many
throughout
inches
the
of
cabin.
rainfall will come between now and...
Passengers are protected by various safety and security features, including head curtain airbags, front and rear side impact airbags, brake assist, a security system, and four-wheel disc brakes with ABS. All-wheel drive enhances stability in unpredictable circumstances.
All right, so I'm going to paraphrase it here and condense it. But it's like, well, you know, sometimes you have an El Nino year, and that's when there's a lot of rain in Southern California. And sometimes you have a La Nina year, and you get less rain. But you can get heavy rain during a La Nina year, or you can get light rain in an El Nino year. And sometimes you get two La Nina years in a row. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And sometimes you get two El Ninos in a row. And it doesn't always happen, but sometimes it happens. And sometimes you get an El Nino year that's heavy, followed by an El Nino year that's dry. Or you get a La Nina year that's heavy, followed by a La Nina year. It was just going on and on and on. Which altogether means nothing. It means you don't know what's going to happen. And whatever happens this year has nothing to do with last year or next year. They cover all bets with that shit. Right. Sometimes it starts out dry early, then it's wet late. It can be wet early and dry late. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, you know, they lost all their credibility. How many years ago was that when they were promising, what, the Godzilla of El Ninos? and Garcetti went out there and told everybody to prepare, to take shelter, there could be heavy rain. Then it didn't happen. Then the next year we had a pretty plentiful rainfall the year later.
Garcetti,
which means they don't know anything.
Garcetti opened up an emergency center.
The 2016
just to deal with the Godzilla. You still have the Godzilla sound effect? We used to run it all the time. Every time we brought up the
prioritized
El Nino year.
Like 10 years ago. 7 years?
Yeah.
The 2016
or so.
Porsche Cayenne.
That's when they were hysterical
It
about
prioritizes
massive
style,
rains and flooding
powertrain,
and we're all going to
versatility,
die.
and safety.
And then
Exceptional
we've had two droughts
features
ever
such
since.
as
And you know who
dual
they
front
spoke?
impact
The guy who came
airbags,
up with the
front
Godzilla
and rear
thing.
side impact airbags, and four-wheel disc brakes with
He's
ABS.
a climatologist who got fired
Sophisticated
from
all-wheel
Caltech.
drive technology
he didn't retire.
maintains a
He
firm
was the
grip
guy
on the
in the
road.
story I told you about that was laying out all
Oh,
the
he officially
2016
retired, but he
Porsche
still gives
Cayenne.
all sorts of interviews.
It prioritizes style, powertrain, versatility, and safety in an exceptional SUV package.
And we were all going to
Drive
drive.
technology maintains a
Except
firm
we
grip
didn't.
on the road.
No. But, you know,
The
they want to tell us
2016 Porsche
that the water
Cayenne.
year that ended September
It
30th
prioritizes
was the
style,
second driest on
powertrain,
record, surpassed
versatility,
only by
and safety in
1924.
an exceptional
Of course, they like to
SUV.
point out that
ABS.
record keeping doesn't go back as far as
Sophisticated
you
all-wheel
think.
drive technology maintains a firm grip
You're
on the
past
road.
the drought of 76, 77. Oh, I wasn't
The
here for that one.
2016 Porsche Cayenne.
Well, you would
It
have missed a lot
prioritizes
of sunny
style,
days.
The only
powertrain,
thing that's
versatility,
different
and
this time
safety
is
in
the
an
really,
exceptional SUV package.
the really low water levels in some of these, like
The
Shasta Lake,
2016
Folsom Lake.
Porsche Cayenne.
They were really low. I
It
don't remember as long as
prioritizes
I've lived here.
style, powertrain,
Those kind of stores.
versatility, and
And there's a
safety
shortage
in
in
an
the Colorado
exceptional
River for the first
ABS.
time, the federal government.
Sophisticated all-wheel drive technology maintains a
cannot
firm
sustain
grip on the
the
road.
tens of millions of people that live down here.
The 2016
The water supply.
Porsche
They can't
Cayenne.
sustain it.
It prioritizes style,
we
powertrain,
filled up
versatility,
Southern
and safety
California
in an
with a whole lot of people,
drive
and then
technology
we looked to
maintains
see
a
what the
firm
water
grip
supply
on the road.
Who was it? It was somebody. I think they were running in the
2016
recall.
Porsche Cayenne.
Oh, yeah. Remember
It prioritizes style,
The YouTube guy,
powertrain, versatility,
Kevin
and
Patrick,
safety in an
He was
exceptional
suggesting a water
SUV
pipeline.
package.
from the Mississippi River.
Yeah, that's right. That was his idea.
Sophisticated all-wheel drive technology maintains a firm
where
grip
places
on the
that get so
road.
much rain and they have extra water, they can send
There you
to
go.
California.
The 2016
I think one of the
Porsche
Times
Cayenne.
columnists just laughed at that idea.
I
It
heard a really
prioritizes
funny
style,
story.
powertrain,
Interview
versatility,
I
and
today.
safety in an
They're
exceptional
having a
SUV
climate
package.
summit in Scotland. All the fakes and phonies.
Oh, that's right, they
gonna,
are, yeah.
Are going to be flying, like John Kerry's going to be flying on a private plane to Scotland to talk about global warming, right? And supposedly there's a new report out that over the next 100 years, 187 million people will become homeless because of rising sea levels.
Wow.
187 million. So there was an anchor who's asking a professor, is this possible, 187 million people? And he goes, well, let's assume the worst case scenario. That assumes that nobody adapts. He says the sea levels right now are rising at 1 inch every decade. So it's going to take a long time at 1 inch every decade before it rises high enough to destroy 187 million homes.
Yeah, it's usually those island people way out in the Pacific, right?
And what he said is...
But they always say Florida's going under.
You'll see it coming, right? Every 10 years it'll go up an inch.
Oh, I see.
The 10 years another inch. He goes, so as you see it coming, you'll move inland. So you're not going to be homeless. You're not going to drown. I'm almost fell out of my car.
Well, lastly, you should probably know that they have detected a La Nina weather pattern in the tropical Pacific, so that's not good.
Is this a La Nina year where we could have a lot of rain, or a La Nina year where
we have a little rain?
Well, it looks like San Francisco's getting whacked this weekend.
Known as a double dip. This is back-to-back La Nina rainy season.
Ah, yes. Very rare La Nina double dip.
Oh, man. All right, we got more coming up.
John's just terrified. John and Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
2 LA County Sheriff's deputies have been shot at in East LA. They fired back, but it's not clear if the shooter was hit. Deputies have been trying to find the person around the area of Saybrook Avenue and Alston Street. LA is now home to the largest tiny home village in the nation. The village is in Highland Park and will provide 117 housing units and 224 beds. Universal Studios Hollywood has been named the most expensive theme park in the world. We're going to go back to the 91 next.
A serious accident that injures you can change your life in an instant.
You don't think about it, but you need to, because that's exactly what can happen. Sweet James accident attorneys know firsthand just how unjust and unfair the legal system is to victims of accidents.
Their army of winning and passionate attorneys. Oh, they're so passionate. They fight for thousands of injured accident victims every day to ensure they get the medical treatment that you need, to get help with your car, and settle for you with the most amount of money possible.
Settle... Oh, I think it said settle with you. Settle for you.
Settle with you, for you. You get a lot
of... you don't want to take this on alone. In fact, an independent study revealed that the average person got over 3 times the money with the right accident attorney than without.
Insurance companies always say they're on your side, but they're not. You know that.
Yeah, that's the sad truth. If you're ever hurt in an accident, do this. Call Sweet James. Keep this number handy. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200 and sweetjames.com.
This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into. From comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
Southland weather from KFI. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. We're looking at highs ranging from the 60s to the upper 70s. This report brought to you by Audible from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. We make it easy. We're going to go back to that crash on the 91 in Long Beach.
91 eastbound side before Long Beach Boulevard. Looks like the far right lane is still shut down with this crash, so they're starting to make some improvements here, but you're going to see a heavy backup coming away from Avalon. Meanwhile, as you're making the ride along the 605 northbound side of Telegraph, got a wreck here in the far left lane, so things are going to stack up right around Florence. Getting into Garden Grove, eastbound 22, just beyond Brookhurst, got a crash here. The 3 left lanes are shut down, so things are jammed from Magnolia, and then more slowing up ahead from Harbor on over to the 57. And the northbound side of the 5 freeway right before the 22, a crash here just moved out of the 3 right lanes, but overall that's going to be a busy ride from Sand Canyon. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jay Olin.
This report is sponsored by AIS Insurance.
Abraham, it looks like you called AIS and saved a ton of money on your car insurance.
I saved $800 for my gift. Sign me up. Done.
Sign me up and done at AISinsurance.com.
1-800-777-4AIS. Well, you've heard me talk about my friends at Sunday and how they can sell your home fast without any repairs, without the hassle of dealing with showings, realtors, cleaning, or making upgrades. Now Sunday has made the process even easier for those who want to sell a property fast. Contact Sunday for your free no-obligation cash offer. They're going to visit your property, take photos, and do a 3D walkthrough. They'll package your property details and send it to the thousands of local investors in their database who are actively looking to buy property
properties. The average homeowner receives 12 offers on their property. It's quick and easy. Plus, you can close